These are 10 free Quest 2 games. First, we have Lit. This is a story-based driving game that has different types of levels. Like you can do stunts, you can do deliveries like your Pizza Hut guy, and you can do full-on races. This game has a really big open map called Bayer City in which you can drive like a madman, or in other words, people who are late for school and work. You can play multiplayer with your friends as well and show them that people who are subscribed to my channel are the best drivers on the entire planet and no one else can beat them. So yeah, there are a ton of cars you can pick from that are pretty cool, and the graphics on this game aren't the best, but oh well, you get what you get. You don't throw a fit. Next game we have is FireZone. And by the way, I have a game at the end of this list that is so amazing and has 80 hours of gameplay, and it's high quality that you don't want to miss out on. FireZone is a VR battlefield game where you're throwing a match with a total of 16 people. I wish it was more, but 16 sounds great. Your goal is to get as many kills as possible, and they actually have tons of vehicles like helicopters, tanks, jeeps, and that's actually it. So it's actually not a ton, but it's still a good amount for a VR game. You'll never have an empty match because they're going to put AI in the game to save you from the real players. Now, I don't like it when they put AI in games. I hate it, but to be honest, some games just don't have enough people playing it. The other game modes like TDM and Capture the Flag, and yeah. Next game we have is Laser Limbo. This is a mixed reality VR game where you can fight other people in your own living room. It's like laser tag in real life, but in VR. There you can play single player PvP and wave shooters. You can make your own map in your living room or your bedroom, whichever room is bigger, which is probably your living room. Be careful when you play this game because it requires a lot of space for you to move around and stuff like that. So if you have a really big open basement, I recommend you play in there. This game is still being updated, and the people who made this game are a small indie studio in Berlin, so I recommend you go out and support them. Next we have Sky Strikers. Now Sky Strikers is a game where you use gorilla tag physics to play soccer. Now this game is literally a combination of Gorilla Soccer, Rocket League, and Echo VR. By the way, say rip Echo VR in the comments for the one time. In this game you have special abilities and things you can use, like a bat to hit the ball that's slightly further away, or you can use like an ice attack from My Hero to push the ball away. This game has really good graphics, so I recommend you check it out. Now we have Attack on Quest. And by the way, Attack on Quest is not the game I was talking about by the end of this video. That game is literally legendary. But Attack on Quest is a VR Attack on Titan fan game, and if you don't know what Attack on Titan is, pretty much it's like this concept, or in this game you swing around with something called ODM gear, and your goal is to kill as many Titans as possible without dying using your dual swords. If you know what Titans are, then you'll know them once you see them once you're in the game. The game is really solid. You might, if you get motion sick really easily, then this is definitely not the game for you because it requires a lot of swinging around the city, and it's honestly really fun if you don't get motion sick. Now, from my understanding, people didn't like the actual official Attack on Titan game when it came out, and honestly, it was definitely one of the worst trailers I have ever seen in my entire life for a VR game. I have never seen anything that bad ever. They really have to step it up. But this is really good. Attack on Quest is really good, especially for being a fan game. Next, we have HyperDash. HyperDash is a team-based multiplayer FPS shooter with insane movement, almost like Black Ops 6. You can dash, rail grind, and sprint in game. This is controversial, but I think every game should have sprinting. I don't know why Overwatch doesn't. It definitely should. And don't say Soldier 70. There are many game modes like Payload, Domination, Control Point, which is like Hardpoint, TDM, Capture the Flag, and Ball, which is like Uplink, I'm assuming, from BO3, which is the best Call of Duty all time. You can play in private servers with your friends, 1v1, or you can play against veteran bots like you can in BO3, the best Call of Duty all time. I recommend you guys go check this game out. Next, we have Mark 1 Driven. This is a racing game where you can drive many different vehicles, from a Mazda to a go-kart. You can race other AI, and the graphics are honestly horrible, and the game was likely created by one person, but it is a demo, and it has 3 tracks, 6 races, 4 cars. It's cool. Next, we have The Passage. Now, this one is kind of different because this is a short horror story where you venture through a cave on your own with nothing but your legs, your arms, and a torch. This is a very short horror game, but the game really focuses on style and tries to capture a very specific art style in its horrorness. This game is about 15 to 20 minutes long, as it says in the description. Honestly, I think it's pretty cool. You need to check it out now. Now we have Hazard Us demo. Now Hazard Us is it's like a combination of Fall Guys and a puzzle game. Hazard Us is a puzzle solving game that you can play with up to 3 other players. It's literally just like Among Us or like Fall Guys with a puzzle aspect. You go across this map solving different puzzles, dodging traps, and constantly respawning. There are fun puzzles that you can do with your friends, and you have to try your hardest to survive the entire time. And whoever dies is a chicken, by the way. And finally, the game you've been waiting for, Asgard's Wrath 2. Now, before you go into the comments and say, hey, this game isn't free at all. Actually, this past weekend, the game was free as alongside with Contractor Showdown. Now, it doesn't mean this game is always free, but I'm trying to give you guys awareness, trying to let you guys know that there are weekends that you can play these really high quality, expensive games for free for the weekend. Now, Asgard's Wrath is a fully fledged AAA game for VR. Story mode has 80 plus hours of gameplay. Pretty good. I haven't finished the game, but it's amazing. So guys, keep an eye out because Asgard's Wrath 2 and Contractor Showdown may have another free weekend coming up ahead. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, let me know.